Hello and welcome to VAS E-learning. My name is Miss Amy and I'm the Group Coordinator for Secondary English. Now we're really excited today to be sharing with you some resources to help support all aspects of grammar which can be applied to all levels of secondary education. We're really excited to invite you on this journey and we hope that you enjoy the resources and enjoy the learning. Good afternoon everybody and welcome to this, our first session of e-learning for secondary English at VAS. Now over the next few lessons, in the course of the next few lessons, I'll be specifically focusing on the perfect forms of verbs. Each session will take one form, we'll go through examples, I'll explain, and then I'll leave you some work to be consolidating at home to help support your learning across all levels in English. Now today's session we're going to be focusing on the present perfect. Now, the most important thing to bear in mind and remember with the present perfect is that the speaker or whoever is using the present perfect is talking in the present. However, what they are talking about is something that's already happened, it's already completed, and therefore it's in the past. So we have the present and then the perfect. Perfect means it's perfected or completed, therefore the action has ended. So we're going to have a look at a few examples here. We'll begin with I have drunk my milk. So when did these events happen? So I have is in the present. Drunk my milk is in the past. So the person has finished drinking. I have drunk my milk. Another example, I have eaten my dinner. The dinner has been eaten, and the speaker is telling you about this in the present, therefore this would be the present perfect. Sam has entered the competition, or Sam has joined the chess club. Again, the action is completed, but it is being told about today. So as you get to see, notice that all verbs here are past participles, using the extra verbs have or has to show that the action is happening today, the report of it is happening today. Now then, we'll go through one more example and then I want you to have a go yourselves at home. So, I have visited London. Now in that information there, in that sentence, you know that I visited London. That could have happened last year, it could have happened 10 years ago, but I'm only telling you about this today, therefore this is the present perfect. The visit has happened. So now what I would like you to do is to look at the second three sentences where I've given you the verb in the infinitive and I would like you to use the correct past participle to put these sentences into the present perfect. We have he walk in the forest, they swim in the river recently, Joe climb the mountain. So have a think now, and on your paper, can you please write these sentences using the present perfect? Good luck. Okay, so how did we get along then? We did take the first sentence, which was walk, so he has walked in the forest before. They have swum in the river recently. Joe has climbed the mountain. As you can see, all of these events have completed before, recently, and Joe has climbed the mountain. The action has happened, although you're only being told about this today. So this is the present perfect. Again, notice that in the present perfect, something that began in the past is now finished. Okay, so it's your turn now. On the next slide, you'll see a letter that was written by a boy called Jack. In this letter, Jack has used the present perfect 11 times. Your task is to read through the letter and write down every time you can see an example of the present perfect. Dear Sir or Madam, I had heard great things about your company before I even saw your advert for a sports journalist. I feel I would be ideally suited for this position and I wish to apply. I have enjoyed current affairs for many years and I have liked watching and discussing the news with friends. I have also enjoyed debating issues at school. Soon I will have completed my exams, so the timing is perfect. I have excellent communication skills and have enjoyed working with a team at school. Many people have commented on how polite and helpful I am. As a result, I have led the school council again this year. I have written many articles for the school newspaper. I have enjoyed looking at language and the impact it can have. If I were to write a sports article, I'm sure people would enjoy it. I have always worked well to deadlines and the work is completed on time to a high standard. In games, I have developed good knowledge of the local football teams. I will have attended over 10 Premier League games by the end of the season. I'm sure that you will have received many applications and I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully, Jack. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to pause me in about 5 seconds so you can have a chance to read back through this letter on your own and see how many examples of the present perfect you can see in Jack's letter. So you can write these down on your paper and we'll go through the answers in about 10 minutes. So pause now and good luck. Welcome back. I hope you found that one suitably accessible and you were able to identify some examples. So here we go. And in green, you can see I've highlighted the examples as well. Dear sir or madam, I had heard great things about your company before I even saw your advert for a sports journalist. I feel I would be ideally suited for this position and I wish to apply. I have enjoyed current affairs for many years and I have liked watching and discussing the news with friends. I have also enjoyed debating issues at school. Soon I will have completed my exams, so the timing is perfect. I have excellent communication skills and have enjoyed working within a team at school. Many people have commented on how polite and helpful I am. As a result, I have led the school council again this year. I've written many articles for the school newspaper. I have enjoyed looking at language and the impact it can have. If I were to write a sports article, I'm sure people would enjoy it. I've always worked well to deadlines and work is completed on time to a high standard. In games, I have developed good knowledge of the local football teams. I will have attended over 10 Premier League games by the end of the season. I'm sure you will have received many applications and I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully, Jack. Okay, so hopefully you at least identified a few examples and some of you will probably have got them all, so really well done for that. Going forward then, until we have our next online session, I recommend that you look at the work that your teachers are setting you and the work you're completing through Teams with your VAS account and see if you can see any other examples or contexts where this tense would be used. Okay, and thank you very much for that whistle-stop tour. Next time we will be looking at the past perfect and I'm really excited and hope that you will join me again while we study more examples and rules of grammar.